Krishna's relationship with the gopis are the most intimate form of relationship, which is called conjugal love. Conjugal love also has two types, Swakya and Parakya. Swakya is like the relationship between husband and wife. And Parakya is beyond relationship beyond wedlock. Just as a young boy has an affair with a young girl. And sometimes it's not even that, somebody else's wife. So that is Krishna's relationship with the gopis. Now that kind of feeling is there, that now gopis are feeling they're married. In simply to Krishna churns out the love. Like love becomes more intense when there is obstacle. Right? Like when this obstacle is there, like then you see, if there was married relationship, then it's taken for granted. Actually, there is a saying also, there is an anecdote also. Once Krishna proposed to Radha Rani, let's get married. Radha said, no, it will become boring. Every morning you'll wake up, I'll ask you, how are you? And he'll say, fine, thank you. And then I'll cook some breakfast for you. So this is better. That there is no such formality that can make us take things for granted. So that is the most intimate loving relationship. And that is the relationship Krishna has with the gopis. And among the gopis, the most intimate relationship is with Srimati Radha Rani. Now we have to understand here that who is Krishna? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And who is Srimati Radha Rani? Krishna's pleasure potency. All of Krishna's pleasure is from Srimati Radha Rani. So that is the relationship. The supreme enjoyer and the provider of all his enjoyment. That is how we have to see Radha and Krishna. In simple words, it has been pointed out that just Mahavishnu's glance makes this material nature to become manifest. Mahavishnu's glance. And Mahavishnu is Krishna's parts of the parts of the parts of the parts of the part. So his glance causes the material nature to become manifest. And what Krishna's embrace means? When Krishna embraces Radha Rani, what it means, we can't even imagine. But in order to experience the joy, you see how the joy is derived. Ultimate joy is derived out of loving exchange, isn't it? Like when the child tells the mother, Mommy, Mommy, I love you. How does the mother feel? Her heart just melts. Right? So that is the ultimate source, ultimate way of experiencing joy, through the loving exchange. And of all the loving exchanges, this conjugal love is the highest. Conjugal love in Parakya, that means when there is no consideration of marriage. Rather, there is a feeling that the other person is actually married to somebody. But this is all Krishna's divine arrangement. Pastimes are like a drama, being enacted on a stage. Radharani is married to Abhimanyu. Now who is Abhimanyu? Krishna's own extension. Okay, this point can be also understood in this way. 1 year, you remember when Krishna expanded himself to all the cowherd boys, right? That year Krishna told Nanda Maharaj that this is a very good year for all the girls to get married. So Nanda Maharaj arranged. So Krishna, all the girls of Vrindavan got married to different cowherd boys. Now who did they get married to? Okay, I'll tell one anecdote. Just to make that point, what it actually means, Krishna's loving relationship with Srimati Radharani. Radharani is apparently married to Abhimanyu. And they actually meet, Krishna and Radharani meet, in a kind of, what's the expression? In a clandestine way, right? Inappropriate way. And Radharani's mother-in-law and sister-in-law suspect that something is going on. Like, mind you again, these are all pastimes. Like, by these pastimes, Krishna is deriving this joy. If this pastimes, if this happenings didn't take place that way, then, as I mentioned, life would have become pretty boring for them. Right? So through these pastimes, Krishna is actually experiencing all these wonderful feelings of joy. So they suspect that something is going on. Now for a married woman to have this kind of relationship is immoral, inappropriate. So Radharani feels very heartbroken. Like for example, Jyotila and Kutila, Radharani's mother-in-law and sister-in-law, they're convinced that she's having an affair with him. But they can't catch him. Like for example, one day, Abhimanyu, Radharani's husband, was going to some distant place. So he bade farewell to his mother. Mother, I'm just going to some place. I won't be back for a few days. So he left. In the meantime, Krishna came in the guise of Abhimanyu. The mother said, what happened? You came back, you were supposed to be gone for some days. So he said, yeah, mother, I was missing you so much. I thought I'll do it some other time. Now I'll be just with you. So Jatila's heart just melted. Oh, my son, so dear to me. So go home, go inside and take rest. So now Krishna as Abhimanyu entered into the house and he is spending his time with Radharani. In the meantime, real Abhimanyu came back. And his mother said, who are you? So, he said, mother, I'm your son. I'm Abhimanyu. And he said, yeah, you're my son. Saying that, she picked up this broom, and started to beat him. So he started, mother, what are you doing? Then finally they realized that this is the real Abhimanyu and that was Krishna. So this is how, they see that, something is happening, but they couldn't catch him red-handed. So one day, Kutila, Radharani's sister-in-law, heard that she's talking to somebody in the next room, in the bedroom. She said, okay, now I'm going to catch him. So to make sure, she just eavesdropped. And she was convinced it's Krishna. So she just, all of a sudden, opened the door and entered. And Krishna jumped out of the window and ran away. So she saw that Krishna was there, and she was feeling so bad. I almost caught him. Why did I open the door like that? I should have quietly opened and caught him. She was lamenting. But then she saw that in a hurry, Krishna forgot to take his flute. So Krishna's flute is on Radha Rani's bed. So she took the flute. Today I caught you, red-handed. So she took the flute in one hand and grabbed Radha Rani by another hand, and dragged her to the courtyard and called everybody and started to elaborately describe what she found. And Radha Rani with her head bending down, shedding tears. At that time Purnamashi came there. Purnamashi is Yogamaya. She makes all the arrangements of Krishna's pastimes. She's an elderly lady. So Purnamashi said, what happened? Why you all have gathered here like this? And my dear Radhika is shedding tears like this. So Kutila started to tell her what she found. And she started to laugh. Purnamashi started to laugh. And they got very upset. Such a serious matter and you are laughing as if it's some joke. He said, yes. Don't you know that last night there was a shower of flutes? And there are flutes everywhere. Come, Jyotila, let's go to your room. And on Jyotila's bed, they found 6 flutes. Kutila, let's go to your bedroom. And there were 12 flutes. And this is how Radha Rani's reputation was saved. But although her reputation was saved, but she was feeling very bad. She was thinking that I am so fallen. I am so unchaste. But I can't help but love Krishna. So better I give up my body. What's the point in keeping this body? So Krishna at that time understood what was going on in her mind. So Krishna at that time was on his mother's lap, Jashoda's lap. And all of a sudden Krishna fainted. He stopped breathing, there was no sign of life. Mother Jashoda screamed. Nanda Maharaj came running. What happened? See what happened to my child, what happened to my child. There was no sign of life. So Nanda Maharaj immediately ran out of the house. And as he ran out of the house in search of a doctor, Vaid, he saw one doctor is coming. In the Vedic time, just by dress you could make out who is who. So he said, you are a doctor? I said, yes. He said, see, my son is, all of a sudden he fainted. And can you please treat him? The doctor said, yes. I can make even a dead man alive. So he came and he said, yeah, very serious disease. But the cure is Jamuna water. So everyone said, Jamuna water? It's there, Jamuna is just flying next door. He said, yes, Jamuna water, and that water has to be carried in a bucket with hundreds of holes in it. So everyone said, how is it possible to carry water in a bucket with hundreds of holes in it? He said, yes. It is difficult, but it will be possible if some chaste woman carries it. Mother Jashoda said, I will get it, I'll get it. He said, no, if the mother brings it, then we don't boil it. So then different chaste ladies went, tried to bring the water, but as soon as they dipped the water and pulled the bucket out of the water, all the water drained out. Doctor said, serious matter. It seems that in Vrindavan there is no chaste woman. Okay, then he made some calculation. He made some diagrams. And let me see if I can find some chaste ladies here. He said, yeah, I found two. Who is that? Who is that? Jyotila and Kutila. So they ran to Jyotila and Kutila and told that, this is what happened and we need some water from Jamuna. We brought with a bucket with hundreds of holes in it. And it's not possible, but only a chaste woman can bring it. And when everyone failed, the doctor found your name out of his calculation as the only chaste lady in Vrindavan. So very proudly said, yes, after all, this doctor is a real learned doctor. He knows what's what. Then Kutila said, Mother, why will you take the trouble? You are old. I will go and get the water. So very proudly she picked up that bucket, went to the water, dipped it, and as soon as she pulled out, all the water drained out. So Jyotila was upset. You disgrace to our family. You drown yourself in Jamuna. Now she very proudly went, and as she pulled the bucket out of the water, all the water fell out. Then the doctor was in deep difficulty. Anyway, let me make some more calculations. So he just made some more calculations. And then he found, another name came up. Who is that? Who is that? Radhika. Jyotila and Kutila started laughing. Radhika, chest? Give us a break. But Nanda Maharaj and Mother Jashoda did not pay any heed. Mother Jashoda herself went and told Radhika. Radhika said, Mother, please, everybody knows who I am. What's my problem? What's my situation? Then Mother Jashoda said, look, Radhika, this is a matter of Krishna's life. So then Radha Rani came, head bending down, with heavy heart, with trembling steps. She went, picked up the bucket, went to the river, dipped it in the water, and as she pulled it out, not a single drop fell. So that bucket of water was brought, and the doctor took some water, chanted some mantra, and sprinkled it over Krishna. Krishna sat up. So this is how it was proved who is the most chaste lady in this world.